All right. Hi. Hello, everybody. The name's Fresnold, and looks like today I'm going to be playing 60 Seconds. And if you don't know what 60 Seconds is, that's entirely fine. How it goes is simple. 60 Seconds is all about trying to survive as long as you can. In the bunker, that is. But you only have 60 seconds to actually get stuff ready for the bunker. That includes your family members, that includes food, that includes water, all of the above. So this time I'm actually doing a multi-stream. I am doing it both on Twitch and on YouTube. So if whatever you miss on here, you can catch on YouTube. And yeah. So I say, let's get right into it. As always, we're going to be doing the Apocalypse mode. It doesn't really matter who we pick. Tsar Bomba difficulty. For those of you who've never seen the Tsar Bomba difficulty, it is the absolute hardest difficulty that this game offers. It is a slog. Alright, here we go. Start grabbing stuff. That's on the other side of the wall there. Oh my gosh. So gonna grab a water. Grab a food. Come on. So there's some soup right there. We'll just throw that down. Oh, look. We'll just grab that ammo and throw it down since it's right nearby us. So that axe is now 2 hands worth. Oh, come on. There's a water. And can I grab that book? Why not? Cool. Ooh, there's plenty of food over here and stuff. I'm gonna have to try to grab some family members while I'm at it. Well, actually, I need to grab like a couple waters and then just start throwing people in there. Alright, how much you weigh, kid? Come here. 2, 1, and... There's that. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, there's some water there. We'll grab you and grab that. Oh boy. Well, I guess I'm going without the husband. Sorry, bud, sorry. That's the end of 60. Oh, okay. Woo. As always, that's always so stressful. Oh, that drives me nuts how stressful that is. Alright, so... Sorry, let me adjust some microphone settings here. I might be peaking a little bit. Sorry about that. Haha, continue. Where were we? Alright, so it looks like we've got quite a bit of food. And oh, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bottles of water. We went without Ted, though. So here we are. 3 of us are safe and sound. We just need to make it work from now on. We really wish it was 4 of us. Our shelters are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Plenty of water means we don't have to worry about that for some time. This is the best stocked shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure it's a good amount of supplies. Alright, so we don't need to worry about really doing anything initially, so we kept dreaming about those little things we did. Back in the day when there weren't as many bombs falling down. Not on our heads anyway. So here we go. Now this is where the majority of the game is going to take place, is right here in this bunker. We're going to be making a lot of decisions. We're going to be having to encounter certain things. Hopefully we're going to get rescued. So, and if you probably were able to hear it, maybe, outside of my own freaking voice, there is radiation outside. That's what that Geiger counter sounding was. So what we make of today will be our tomorrow, so let's make it right. So everybody's doing all right, so we'll leave that alone. The contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging in these conditions could result in radiation sickness, so we don't want to send anybody out quite yet. Someone is very serious about banging on the hatch. We are scared to open it, but that might be some good news, right? We would gladly welcome any friendly face, even if it was our neighbor, Ned. We're pretty sure that if there were any reason why our town got bombed, he would be the reason. Shall we open? See, this is where those problems start coming in. When you start really thinking about certain things, okay, I'm just barely surviving. I don't want to miss out on things, but at the same time, you know, it's like, do we make these decisions? So, because we're so fresh into our first playthrough, let's just go ahead, see what happens. We're only on day 2. It could be survivors from another colony. I don't think it's going to be anybody right out the gate ready to give us any type of harm. Someone started shooting at us. We closed the hatch as quickly as we could, but a shot or two grazed us. Alright, so everybody is thirsty. Timmy is the one who got grazed. Alright, so this is day 3. We should be fine for a few days. as far as that's concerned. So we're just going to go ahead and roll with this. Looks like the area is still irradiated. Going to the wasteland right now is unsafe unless you don't mind getting sick. Alright, so we're not going to really deal with any of that. We've discussed everything we could and no one is willing to chat anymore. The silence is really disturbing. We should do something before we start talking to ourselves instead. And as you saw, I only had 60 seconds to grab stuff. The radio was not one of them. So we'll see what this does to people's sanity. Okay, it looks like everybody's okay. Everybody's tired though. There's nothing here. Maybe if we tried really hard, we can hear the neighbors in the shelter, in their shelter. So Timmy needs water. He's really tired. Dolores needs water. Mary Jane keeps fainting. She needs water. Okay, so it looks like everybody is thirsty. Let's go ahead. Day 4. So it was day 2 when everybody started getting thirsty. Yeah, you know, I'll do it. And nobody has... So the problem is, with everybody being tired, it makes everybody too exhausted to go on any type of expedition. Which is something that's... It's not sorely needed at this time, but it would... Some of the things we could potentially find might help. Oh, hey, Keyboard. How you doing, buddy? Oh, don't apologize for anything, my friend. Welcome. So, hey, guess what? It's soup time! Yep. We're here for the soup. You didn't know I was streaming? It was kind of, to be honest with you, but it was a last-minute thing, honestly. Had some friends over. We had a good time. So, it was just one of those where I just kind of threw it up there. Nothing serious, you know, just to have some fun. So it's so easy to escalate silly arguments, and close quarters doesn't help. We were chatting, and then suddenly we were fighting and fighting. Let's just hope we'll go over this soon. Alright, so anyways, we're just gonna go right for... We're just gonna keep going right through it. Let's see what we got. We're only on day 5. Everybody's already exhausted, so we're not doing the best. We stopped arguing, but for how long? So Dolores is no longer... Nobody's thirsty anymore, but everybody is still tired, which it really sucks. And we're only 5 days in. That really sucks. The contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging in these conditions could result in radiation sickness. Ted, more like dead. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't have enough time to really grab him, you know. It's like, right... You know, you saw this before in previous streams. Just right out the gate, whenever you're on the Tsar Bomba difficulty, it is... The timer starts, and you got that 60 seconds to just grab stuff. Well, I mean, Ted was on the other side of the house. I didn't have time. I needed the food, I needed the water, a few things that I could grab, but I did grab both the kids. Every new smell attacks our noses in this little shelter instantly. There isn't much we can miss, so when a single brick fell from the wall, revealing a tight opening, our senses were immediately invaded by a terrible stench. We should probably check that hole out, see what that source of smell is. You know, yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what's stinking stuff up in this shelter. Well, what was it? We looked into the hole fearing something might come at us with claws, fangs, or other mutated sharp body parts, but nothing happened. Instead, we found a dead rat who was trying to break into a can of tomato soup. He failed miserably. We have a feeling that we'll be luckier than him, so we confiscated it. We gave the rat a proper burial in an empty can. He deserved that much. Oh, that's so sweet. We're really thoughtful. But we did get a can of food out of it. That's awesome. All right, so Mary Jane is quite hungry. I mean, really, nobody's even eaten since we've gotten down to the shelter. Nobody's got the energy to be able to do anything, too. A group of doctors knocked on our door today, requesting some supplies that would be helpful in refilling their first aid kits. We didn't doubt that they were the real deal for a second. They did have lab coats and everything. Shall we help them? Well, how much water do we have? We don't have a terrible... Like, we don't have a lot of water, that's for sure. So I'm not really safe with giving out water at this time. So we're just going to have to bypass the docks for now. You know, hey, plus, there's just no telling what they could possibly do, you know. They say they're doctors, but are they doctors? You know what I mean? We don't think they were real doctors, but just in case they were, we got rid of them quickly before they could start charging us for a home visit. Yeah, see? Modern problems require modern solutions. That's what it's all about. All right, so Dolores has to drink, has to eat as well. Mary Jane needs something to drink, and she's hungry. Okay. Timmy keeps falling asleep. Some water. What, is Timmy not hungry? Alright, so we can go ahead and give up a kit. You know what? We'll just feed everybody. And this is the first day that they've gotten thirsty, so I know we can at least wait. I'll try to give it maybe another day or two. When we ran out of songs, short of poems you remember from school, and funny silent movie quotes, we decided we're just a step away from going insane. We have to do something, or else we might start thinking about the virtues of a welfare state. Imagine that. What would we do? Well, I got an axe and a Boy Scout book you guys can play with. How about that? What you guys thought about that? Well, shit, son. That's not good. Let's see what else we got going on here. We decided that staring at the walls in silence is a great way of passing the time. Absolutely. It's a great way of passing the time. Alright, so Dolores is thirsty. Mary Jane is thirsty. Timmy is thirsty. Alright, so we'll just give everybody water. And nobody still got the energy to go up to the surface. A few more hours of coughing will get used to it. Our ventilation fans have halted and no fresh air seems... Okay. I told my wife that she is drawing her eyebrows too high. She looked surprised. Yeah. It's just like the pirates when if you want to know how much it costs a pirate to get their ears pierced, it only costs a buccaneer. A few more hours of coughing and we'll get used to it. Our ventilation fans have halted and no fresh air seems to be circulating through the shelter. We have to fix it before we suffocate like rats trapped by a professional and very cruel rat catcher. So, what do we have the options for? I'm afraid to really stick anything into anything because I don't want anybody to really get hurt. Timmy's already hurt. But if I leave this untreated, there's a really good possibility that they're going to get sick, and that's the last thing I need to. When they get sick, they get hungry more, they get thirsty more. It consumes those resources so much quicker, and that's just that's what sucks. All right, but we'll just do it. It's not the smartest idea, but we'll spray some poison into the ventilation shaft. Yeah, that's really smart. I know. Don't do that at home. All right. We decided to spray the hell out of that vent, just to be on the safe side. Turned out it was the right thing to do. A couple of mutated insects fell out, followed by a gust of fresh air. Alright, but nobody is thirsty. Mary Jane just became hungry. And that's it. Okay, so Mary Jane is just hungry. Why did the monkey cross the street? Because he wanted to go to the other side. I see what you did. What do you call a blind dinosaur? Do you think they saw us? See this? You're old? Nah. At least I understood the reference. That's what matters. Oh, I was going to tell you a joke about time travel, but you didn't like it very much. Dang. Okay, so we're over here just slinging jokes. All right. What's another joke I just had, too? Oh my gosh, I know that I just had another one. Oh, what was it? Oh, well, I'll think of it in a minute, that's for sure. That's a good one, Gaming Nut. That's a really good one. Well, I mean, it's just like, I just have those questions, or those obvious statements, like, for example, why do scuba drivers roll backwards into the water? That's because if they rolled forward, they just roll into the boat. It's really weird when you get the feeling that someone is watching you. Our shelter is tiny, but that's been bugging us for a while now. We checked the closets. No one's hiding there. Is there something alive down here besides us? Maybe a rodent of some kind? If so, we need to show it that we are the dominant species of this little paradise of ours. All right, we're going to use the axe. Let's do it. My friend used his knife to save ammo, but we were playing laser tag. That's a good one. That is a good one. Man. Whatever it was, it's dead now. Quite dead. Maybe there's more hiding somewhere in one of those nasty little holes. Alright, so Dolores still can't get a good night's sleep around here. Mary Jane's hungry, so this is day 2 that she's hungry. No energy. Timmy needs to be treated for his injuries, and he's tired. Alright, but I mean, this is day 2 for Mary Jane. Alright, we'll let Mary Jane go ahead and do that. But everybody is still... Okay. Mary Jane didn't utter a single word today. This is very odd. Maybe someone should find out what's going on with her. Well, of course. We are quite a good family here. We're really helpful. Oh, what the hell? Nothing solves problems better than an honest conversation over a hot beverage. We don't have the latter, but talking alone seems to do the trick. Alright, so Dolores just became thirsty and hungry. Mary Jane is just thirsty now. We couldn't do anything about Timmy's wounds. They got worse and worse until eventually he got fed up and left. All that remains of him is a note explaining that we are lousy parents and that he will be back when he becomes the warlord of the wasteland. Well, champ, we wish you the best of luck on that. And everybody is still tired. What's that sound? Oh no, something or someone is below us. It's only reasonable to go and check it out. How about using that manhole in the corner? Let's do it. Ah, man. You guys are over here now hitting me with some jokes that I've got like really nothing for at the moment. Trying to think off the top of my head. It's like, what else have I heard? At least, what else have I heard that's not, you know, it depends what you guys want to hear as far as, like, maturity level. I mean, because I got a few of those. But anyway, yeah. We went down with our hearts in our throats, but nothing happened. We found the tiny passage blocked. The noises were gone after a while. Hopefully it stays that way. Alright, so this is day 2 of no water, no food. Mary Jane needs water, so that's day 2 for that. So let's just go ahead and do that. Oh, Dolores is in pretty good shape. Let's get her ready to go. We could keep sitting on our backsides in here in this tiny little bunker, or we could start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? We could do it on our own. The escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open. Ooh. Without a radio. Well, I mean, we don't got a radio. Have I ever played SC2? You mean StarCraft 2? If so, absolutely, I have. I have played StarCraft 2. I just have not installed it on my computer yet. That is actually one of my... It is a very fun game. I play Terrans a lot versus Protossers Zerg. And, fair warning, I am quite terrible at it. I play a lot of games and realize after a while, like, oh man, I didn't realize how terrible I was. You could play any Diablo 2 back in the day. You're pretty hyped about Diablo 2 Resurrected. Oh, dude, yeah, I heard about that. That just came out, too. Or at least it was in the testing phases. There's some people out on Twitch who are actually doing the whole early access with Diablo 2 Resurrected. And man, I'm telling you, I have not played Diablo 2 since it's been out for a while. I remember picking it up at Walmart, and this is well before Diablo 3 came out. But yeah, I mean, those are definitely fun games. The problem I have nowadays with the Diablo games is I got carpal tunnel on both wrists real bad, and they really trash my wrist playing it. It's a lot of clicking, but they're still really fun. Play Diablo 3 for sure. StarCraft 2? Oh, absolutely. You've completed the game 2 times. Diablo 2? I've never completed it, to be honest with you. Diablo 2. StarCraft 2, did I even complete that? I don't think I ever completed the story mode off of StarCraft 2 either. But usually, yeah, I have gaming ADD. That's why I do this variety streams, you know. No, Diablo, okay. Yeah, I have completed Diablo 3 once. And that's it. But I am a person who's got really bad gaming ADD. But let's see, nobody's hungry or thirsty anymore, so at least we're good to go there. And Dolores is going to head out. We'll give her the X, which is usually... We're sending our only adult out. Sorry, my eye itches a lot. Allergy season's here. All right, so Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope. Oh, you completed StarCraft 2, but only 3 times. Well, I mean, that's 2 more times than I did. Or 3 more times. I'm trying to remember. But either way, it's just like, I'm not going to lie. When it comes to Blizzard games, they're just, to me, they're pretty good. Like, they're really, really good. Gaming ADD, I like that. I'm pretty sure I have that as well. Yeah, I really do. You look back at any of the previous streams that I've done in the 2 months. I mean, maybe this game is the one I've kind of done consistently. Well, that and Cooking Simulator, but I mean, I've been trying just different games. Red Dead Redemption, RDR2 Online. I've been doing Civilization. You really want me to play StarCraft 2 on stream? No problem with that either. I don't mind playing StarCraft 2 on stream. And I'll play it. Sure. That's not a problem at all, keyboard. I'll do that. Just don't expect much of me. Don't expect much of me. Like I said, I'm not really good at those games, but I don't mind fumbling around and giving it a good old shot. I'll even put it on the hardest difficulty. Why? Because I am hot dog shit is what I am. I could do it. I'm playing this on the hardest difficulty, right? So Mary Jane is quite hungry. Well, we don't care about Mary Jane being quite hungry right now. It's all good. Open in the name of freedom, came a shout from outside the door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear as a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Should we open? Last game you sat down and finished was The Last of Us 2 on PlayStation 4. Awesome. I've heard nothing but glowing things about that game. The last game I really sat down and finished was actually the Spider-Man game on PlayStation 4, the Miles Morales one. Everybody, Oh, sorry, your internet died. What did you say? Oh, what I was saying, as far as StarCraft 2 is concerned, don't expect much of me. But, I will play it on the hardest difficulty because I am hot baby dog shit is what I am. And I am a glutton for punishment, so I will do that. So sometime soon you will see a stream for StarCraft 2. You've got that from me. And then the last game that was sat down and played by Gaming Nut was actually The Last of Us Part 2 on PlayStation 4. So what I was saying was the last game that I actually found, last version of Spider-Man on PlayStation 4. And anybody who knows, it's like, just look at that guy back there. That's, I'm a big Spider-Man nerd. I freaking love Spider-Man. I freaking love Spider-Man. He is my absolute all-time favorite hero. Alright, so anyways, the question that was posed is, do we open in the name of freedom? It's day 14. Every time I've done this, I've never had a bad experience, so I'm gonna do it. Ooh, somebody's giving us a call. Oh, Dolores went to the surface, that's right. I'm like, where'd she go? We regretted opening the door the minute we saw her standing on the other side. Dark faces, rifles, and determined looks of a band of teenagers. We're doomed, we thought. Then out of the blue, one of them asked us if we were with the Reds. We've never supported the Red Sox, so we confidently said that we weren't. The tension dropped immediately, and those nice young people gave us 2 bottles of water. They also told us to have no fear since Wolverines are around. We're not sure what Wolverines have to do with all of this, but we took their word for it. Okay, so cool. Yeah, like I said, every time I got 2 bottles of water out of it. All right, so this is day 1 of no food, no water for Mary Jane. So we'll go ahead and hold off till tomorrow. We didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb drop, yet here we are, clearly hear a phone ringing outside. It must be the public phone booth on the other side of the street. Should someone go answer it? Your internet keeps dying. You can't watch. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, I mean, this is, it's like with internet troubles. I get that. It's kind of rough. In IRS ops. I'm trying to understand what you mean, my friend. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I mean, if your internet keeps dying, I'm sorry. But yeah, we were just talking about, you're going to fix it. Oh, okay. Absolutely. If you need to fix it, don't worry. I'll be here still. Yeah, so Gaming Nut and I were just talking about, too, just the other various games that we play. I'll have a great day. Oh, okay. You too, keyboard. Thanks for joining. As always, really appreciate that, buddy. I'll be on again tomorrow. But I think after stream, I will go ahead and start getting StarCraft 2 installed today, just for you. All right? You take it easy, big guy, and I'll talk to you later. So we didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb dropped, yet here we are. We clearly hear a phone ringing outside. All right, so who are we going to send outside? We're going to send the only person we have in the shelter to go outside and answer the phone. Yes! All right. So we can hear that there was a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. They started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they'll get back to us. Okay. You did not mean to say ANS IRS. I figured you didn't. And like I said, I wasn't necessarily sure what you meant by that, but either way, it's still all good. Do what you need to do, bud. I'll be here. See you later, man. See you later. Thanks for joining. All right, so this time we're going to actually give Mary Jane some food and water. During the night, we heard some suspicious sounds coming from behind the door. When we peeked out in the morning, we saw a leather suitcase. Had no address or name on it, but we're pretty sure it's meant for us. Should we open it? Should we open it? Should we open the briefcase? You know what? Screw it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Just open it up. Don't get sick. You got sick. Such a cruel joke. Inside the suitcase, we found some soup, but yuck, it's expired a long time ago. We're not feeling very well. Some of us spent the whole morning using the bucket in the corner. We're not accepting anonymous gifts ever again. Alright, so Mary Jane could use a little bit of food. Sure, I mean, we got plenty now for essentially 2 people. A traveling salesman paid us a visit today. He introduced himself as Willie. Apparently business can do well even after the end of the world. Well, he would trade us certain things for either food or water. Neither of the certain things we actually have. Oh, I didn't even take a... What's my tank look like nowadays? Oh, yes, this is my tank. So I got the America flags. I've got wooden spikes. At least I have the shell of a tank. Just some wheels. And I think that's all I actually need. Oh, what are my objectives, too? Acquire a radio to make further contact with the military and await further instructions for friendly wastelanders. Okay, well... neither of which we got. So let's just go ahead and push this forward. I mean, we can't really do much with anything, really. Alright, that salesman was very friendly, but he didn't have anything that was of interest to us. Alright, but Mary Jane is still rather sick, but she's no longer hungry. Yeah, Dolores has been gone for a while. And we could trade some supplies for some water, but we are actually doing pretty well on supplies, considering that there's only 2 people. So let's just go ahead and keep this moving forward. We refused to trade. Hopefully we made the right choice, but the trader was not too happy about this. Well, Alright, so this is day 1 of Mary Jane. No water. Cool. We know very little about what's going on outside. It'd be a good idea to find out more. Maybe discover if anyone else made it to safety. A radio could help with this. Well, I don't got a radio. I don't have a radio. Oh, we're already at the end. I guess Dolores isn't coming back. We did not think Dolores is coming back from the surface. It's been too long. Well, shit. We only lasted for 20 days. 20 days! That's all we lasted. Damn. Oh, well. That's fine. That's all good. That was my first expedition, too, of that run. And she didn't even come back. Wow. Woo! That sucks. That was a terrible run. Terrible, terrible run. Can be stored up to 737 years. All right. Give me 1 second, chat. Well, hello, I am back. Sorry about that. It was just one of those things where, oh, you know what? I'm going to hurry up and add something to this. Give me a moment. Yes, we're going to add this right there. There we go. Let's, Alright, so where was I? Anyway, did I win? I surely did not. That was a really terrible run. That was a really garbage run. But this time, we're going to try it again. So, okay. I have to do my little pre-stress stretch here. A little wiggle. And here we go. Begin adventure. And go! Run, 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 run. We'll just... Come on. Gas mask. Why not? A briefcase. Oh, look, here's a bottle of water. Oh, that was 3 hands worth. That was not what I wanted. How about I actually grab some, like, food and water and stuff? I need food and water and stuff. Come on. Grab, grab. They're not really the most agile family, that's for sure. There's a lot of trying to turn around. Oh, look, a radio. I'll actually bring that for once. I never bring a radio. Uh-oh, I got like 15 seconds left, and I still haven't really even grabbed any food. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. This is not going well. This is not going well. Oh, my gosh. Grab you. And then we'll just... okay, well, I gotta abandon the rest of the family. Oh, this was not good at all. This is not good at all. Terrible, terrible. Ooh. Alright, here we go. All I got's Timmy. I just got 1 kid. But we got 2 bottles of water between us and 1, 2, 3, 5 cans of soup. We got poison, a harmonica. We've got gas mask, a briefcase, and a radio. Timmy is safe, and that's what matters. We barely got here in time ourselves. We had no idea what happened to Mary Jane and Dolores. Maybe they're okay. So there's barely enough water for anyone. We're just going to have to do that strict. We're just going to have to ration it strictly. Okay? Here we go. And I'm just going to go ahead, right out the gate. We're sending Timmy out. Sorry, kiddo. Alright, so everybody is doing okay. We're going to prepare an expedition for tomorrow before people start getting tired. Guess what? We already got ourselves our very own Fallout garden. Got a bunch of mushrooms growing on one of the walls. They're big enough to be eaten. How about that? Should we prepare a mushroom feast today? Oh, no. Absolutely not. Growing mushrooms. Yeah. Radioactive mushrooms. This early end is not a good idea. We may be hungry, but there are just some things we will never eat. Wall fungus is one of them. So Ted should drink something. Water. Okay, so everybody's going to kind of need water soon. We're sending Timmy out with a briefcase. He's going to come back probably sick and beat up a little bit. Well, hopefully he comes back, I should say. Or else this is going to be another short run. Timmy went out to the wasteland. Ted looks like he's got 1 foot in the grave. He needs a drink right now. Okay, Ted. There you go. Oh, our sleeping patterns are messed up. These terrible light bulbs are not helping. Too bad we can't replace them. There's got to be something else we could do about this. And since I don't have the first aid kit, Ted's going to be tired. Good thing we sent Timmy out quickly. Oh, no, never mind. Ted has gone insane a little bit. Is he insane? No, he's just crazy. Okay. But he's not insane yet, so therefore we're going to be fine. We're going to hopefully be fine. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least an hour or 2 of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were, and there are just other problems we need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare raiders away or save us from radiation sickness. Well, at least he's not thirsty anymore. If there's one sure way to get our attention, it's definitely banging on our shelter door. Whoever it is, they're quite persistent. They've been at it now for the past 5 minutes. Should we open it? Sure! I mean, they're going to be met with a really crazy Ted. So, and he's sick. Awesome. Opening that hatch was a bit risky. Seemed to give us some awful sickness. That coughing is driving us crazy. Well, what about the people banging on our door? We probably just got, like, doorbell ditched or something. Rascals. Rascals. All right, so Ted got sick. Ted is hungry. You know, yeah, so he's all of the above. It's been a while. We don't know much about what's happening on the surface. If we only had a chance to tune into some emergency radio broadcast and learn a thing or two. Cool. Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to turn on the radio. All right, we were able to get a weak signal and tap into the government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news! The fallout outside is mostly gone. Should be much safer to travel on the surface now. Oh, cool. So day 7 and the fallout's already gone. So Ted is hungry and he's thirsty. You know, we can last a couple days. Problem is simple. If we don't wash ourselves, we'll get sick. Seriously sick. Smells really bad down here and doesn't seem like it'll get any better over the next couple of days. How about we do something to fix it? Yeah, well, just throw on a gas mask. We're fine. You got certain attachment. Get you someone who calls you beautiful even though you look like a potato. That's wholesome right there. That is wholesome content right there. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. If we can survive just a little bit longer, dirty ears shouldn't be much of a problem. Just to be sure, dibs on the gas mask. Alright. Ted's mental health worries us all, but we don't know how to help him. But he's at least recovered from his sickness, and we can at least give him some food and some water today. You maniacs! You blew it up! Ah, damn you! Damn you all to hell! That's something we should have told our neighbors when they blew up their barbecue last spring. Those were good times. Even if they wasted a perfectly good barbecue. Alright, yeah. I mean, I don't think I'd ever yell at my neighbors if they blew up their barbecue, but that shit happens, man. That's all. That's it. Shit happens. Fond memories are one thing, but we need to be ready for harsh reality that awaits us. Ooh. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Dude, you just ate. Do you need two servings of soup? As long as we have food and water, we can stay locked in, but we'll have to leave eventually. It would be good to head straight to safety instead of getting ourselves into more trouble, if that's even possible in this situation. Our hope is that our brave soldiers will come to rescue us and take us to some well-hidden, well-stocked government shelter. Timmy has comics about those, so you know they must exist. All we need to do is make contact with the military. Alright, so let's turn on the radio and let's... What does the military have to say? Man, it's day 10. When did we send Timmy out? Like day 6? Day 7? We knew it! The government has not fallen, and they're coming to save us. They didn't give us exact dates in their radio transmission, but we're sure they won't keep us waiting long. They said they will be in touch in a couple of days, and told us to await further instructions. Okay. Ted is hungry. Ted, you just ate like 3 days in a row. You're fine. You're not going to eat again today. The more we know about what's going on outside, the better it is for us. So let's gather around the radio, see if we can tune into a station. All right. We're really heavily relying on this radio. I don't like how heavily we're relying on it. I don't want to accidentally break it. All right. We were able to tune in, get rid of just enough static to listen to a very energetic and lively speaker. He seemed well informed and mentioned a few tips that should make it easier for us to survive the next expedition. Oh, awesome. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and safe with us now, and he brought the briefcase back all in one piece. Who would have thought wooden furniture could be so durable? In the ruins of one of the town's buildings, we saw a desk and several bookshelves. We soon realized that these are the remains of the local public library, so we went between the rubble to investigate. Under the librarian's table, we found a lunchbox and some food in it. We wondered what could have possibly prevented her from eating her lunch. The collapsed ceiling might have taken her appetite away, so they gave us one food. Oh, is that it? Ted's stomach is rumbling. Ted isn't acting normally. Sometimes his behavior is pretty disturbing, and he's really thirsty. Timmy should eat. He's really tired. He fell sick. Alright, so we'll just feed everybody. Ted is vigorous enough to withstand the hazards of the wasteland. You know what? Well, let's just do it. We're going to send Ted out. Our town used to be a very quaint and friendly place before the blast. One of the town folks we often recall is the old man Jim who would sometimes limp through our streets. Turns out he's alive and well and still homeless. Some things never change. He clearly misses us as much as we miss him. He's been banging on on our shelter door for the past few hours, asking whether we want to buy a rock. I will buy a rock from you, Miss Jim. Hobbly Jim, I will take a rock. Thank you, sir. We opened the door and greeted the old man with a smile. He was eager to show us his bag filled with a rich choice of rocks and convinced us take one for free for old time's sake. We agreed, carefully chose the best looking rock, and the man laughed. We can't complain. It's a good rock, really. Also, he claimed it brings luck. We'll see about that. So Ted isn't hungry or thirsty anymore. Timmy should eat something, and he's sick. Some water for Timmy would be nice. All right. We say Timmy was hungry, right? Yeah, Timmy should eat something. But at least Ted isn't hungry or thirsty anymore. Speaking of Ted, you go on up, son. This is a good day to go outside, stretch a bit, get some fresh toxic air, maybe scavenge a thing or two. We sure could use some extra supplies. That's if we want to survive. All right, so we're going to send Ted out, and we're going to give him the briefcase. And, let's just see what happens. Pretty much, let's see what happens. Ted has gone slightly crazed, but, I mean, I guess it's better than the alternative. Oh, we only got one bottle of water left. So Timmy should eat something. He needs an extra blanket, but he's no longer thirsty. All right. We got one bottle of water left to split between the two of us. When emptying our bucket in front of the shelter, we discovered a hastily drawn map on one of the ruined walls. Someone drew out a route and marked a spot at the end of it. Maybe there are supplies hidden there? Should we check it out? Yeah, I mean, we'll go check it out. I mean, at this point, whatever. I mean, Timmy's already sick, so it was just one of those. We're lucky to have spotted that map. That spot marked a small hiding place, and we found some useful supplies there. Oh, we got a flashlight out of it all. Timmy's no longer hungry, but he's rested at least, so that's good. How about that trip to Nevada we've been postponing for a while now? Maybe we should go there. That's our first stop after we get out of here. I mean, been through Nevada. I don't know. I mean, it's desert country, Oh, Timmy recovered. Awesome. So our relocation is probably something we'll be able to discuss after we get out of here. Timmy doesn't need much, but he should drink. All right, so this is day one with Timmy with no water. We had thought phone calls were a thing of the past after the atomic bomb obliterated everything in our little town. However, a phone booth on our street survived the bombing somehow. It seemed it's ringing right now. We should send someone to answer it. I mean, these are the survivors from Hill Valley. I want to try to preserve Timmy's healthiness because hopefully Ted gets back. Yeah, hopefully if Ted gets back, we'll be able to actually, I don't know, send Timmy out again. It's way too dangerous to just randomly run to a ringing phone in the middle of a radioactive ghost town. We're not taking any chances. It took a while before the ringing stopped. It was pretty annoying for all of us. Timmy's in terrible shape. We need to give him water now. All right, there you go, Timmy. That rock we got from Old Man Jim really was a lucky one. Today he came back carrying a big bottle full of fresh, cool water. He was very generous, allowed us to drink from it. This should quench our thirst in the days to come. Well, then Timmy doesn't need any water. You don't need any water, Timmy. You just got a whole bunch of it now. From Old Man Jim. Timmy is no longer thirsty. That's it. Timmy is no longer thirsty. We played a game of list the things you hate the most, and our neighbor's name kept coming up for some reason. That reminded us that little weasel had a safe in his living room. We always wondered what's inside. Maybe now's the time to finally find out. But who will do the honors of stealing the possessions of our arch nemesis? That's actually not a good idea at all. The last few times I've tried to do this, our arch nemesis booby-trapped the freaking log. So, I mean, it's better just to leave it alone. Again, I'm trying to preserve Timmy's health here because guess what? We're sending him back out. Oh, wow. Ted didn't get sick. We decided against that risky endeavor. Even if the safe is intact, the contents are probably as boring and just as much a waste of space as Ned was. So, government is dropping supplies for survivors in the area. They are marked by smoke flares and can easily be seen, but most of them are barely reachable. Despite that, a lot of them were actually were already ransacked by scavengers. How did they do that? One of the food drops broke in midair, and now it's raining soup. Lucky for us, a few cans survived the fall, so we got 2 cans of soup. All right. Some crates were filled with very weird stuff. Why did they drop a crate full of rubber ducks? At least one of the smaller crates had a few bottles. Wow, let's try that again. At least one of the smaller crates had a few water bottles in it, so we got 2 bottles of water. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. Ted's mental health worries us all, but we don't know really how to help him. Ted is really tired. He's weak. If he doesn't eat today, it might end really bad. Okay, Timmy prefers apple juice, but right now we should give him some water. All right, everybody can... We'll just feed and... We'll just give everybody something to drink and everything else. Timmy has a chance to get back. How big a chance, though? I don't know. Well, let's roll the dice and find out. There's never a good time to go out into the radioactive wasteland, but it seems like this will become a necessity in this new world of ours. We thought it'd be a good idea to make this happen sooner rather than later and planned a trip outside. Before we could make a third step beyond the shelter doors, an unknown creature started growling at us in the darkness. We only had moments to decide what to do. Flashlight! Let's take a look. Oh, is that a dog bark? I think it was a dog bark. We decided to check what's coming for us with our flashlight. Guess what? It was a dog. The poor thing seemed tired, so we let it stay with us for the night. The next morning, we opened the door to let it out. It still hasn't returned. Hopefully, it'll come back later. Okay. Ted is still mighty tired. Needs more time to recover his strength. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Ted seems to be losing it. Either we do something in this bunker, or we do something, or this bunker will drive him completely insane. So Timmy's no longer thirsty. He's no longer hungry. So Ted's stomach is rumbling. You know, we'll let it happen. All right, Timmy. We're going to send you with the lucky briefcase because so far that's worked for everybody. So you get the lucky briefcase. Enjoy your time out in the wasteland, young one. Don't come back till you bring some food back, champ. Or water. Or something useful. Anything useful, I should say. And Ted still hasn't recovered his energy, but he isn't hungry anymore. But he's not thirsty either. Okay. Someone paid us a visit today. It was an overly cheerful, red-haired woman, accompanied by a grumpy-looking mercenary type who was probably her guard. She told us she was a trader and eagerly showed us the items she brought along. Okay. So they can offer cards for the poison. I mean... do I want to get rid of the poison? I'm going to hold on to that, I think. Yeah, we're just going to hold on to it. I mean, at the very least, the poison right now is my only line of defense. As silly as that sounds, but it really is. It was hard to turn her down because of that damn cheerfulness, but we did it anyway. The woman seemed a bit disappointed. Tried to offer us schematics for some weird gun. We turned that down too. It's not like we have any tools around here anyway. Ted is still tired. If Ted doesn't drink anything, he won't last long. Well, this is day 1 of Ted not drinking anything. I think he's going to be fine. Another broadcast from the military. They needed to locate the general area we're in and that they wanted to leave specific markings close by. They said the markings should be cards. Cards. You know, the very thing that I could have traded the fucking poison for. Nice. Playing cards. How strange is that? We're supposed to go out to the nearest bus stop, pin the card denoting our head count there. Weird. Perhaps if we're doing it, the time is now. Well, I don't have cards. Because naturally... Ooh, harmonica. Naturally, I decided not to get any cards. Damn it, we missed our chance to let the military know where we are. There is a good bet they will get back to us again, but when will that be? So Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave. He needs to get a drink right now. And Ted is hungry. All right, Ted, here's your water. Sometimes a sudden urge to play an instrument takes over us. To create beautiful sounds to be shared with the world around us. To sing and play and have cute, mutated animals come to our feet to listen. Like a post-apocalyptic Snow White. Shall we? Oh, I think we shall. I think we shall. Let's play some harmonica music. Oh, hi. A mutant cockroach. Yummy! Be careful what you wish for. After a few minutes of playing, a small group of mutated cockroaches jumped out of the cracks in our walls and started moving to the rhythm of the song. They ran around in circles, shook their little antennae. It would be adorable if they weren't so disgusting. What are we supposed to do with them now? Ted is hungry. Ted is still tired. Ted is still crazy. So Ted is hungry. Ted shall eat today. The funky roaches haven't really left us. To be fair, they aren't causing that much trouble. They even seem relatively friendly and curious. Just this morning we opened our eyes. We saw them standing in a perfect line right in front of us, as if they're waiting for something. Hey, they're waiting for the harmonica, it seems like. Let's give them what they want. Why not, you know? Oh, Ted is still crazy. Nice. If you can't beat them, join them. We figured the roaches are craving more of our music, so we fulfilled their unspoken request. They started joyfully prancing around again, creating fun shapes on the floor. Then, all of a sudden, they all left in one line. We thought the show was over, but they soon came back in a group, carrying supplies on their strong, mutated backs. Insane. Looks like we made some new friends. Disgusting, mutated, radioactive friends. But they gave us one food, one water. All right. Timmy should have returned by now. We need to face the worst possible scenario. He might not be coming back. Ted seems to be losing it. Ted has rested, and he isn't hungry anymore. Well, we're not certain about the situation on the surface. Trip could be very risky, but we really could use the supplies. Okay, how we doing? We got 3 1/4 bottles of water. We've got 6.5 cans of soup. So we don't need to send anyone up to the surface. We are about to take a cautious peek outside when a furry beast jumped on us. Good thing our hearts were not battered by a fat, heavy hamburger diet because it was our dog friend and not a mutant lurking to chew our bones. Good boy. He seems to be hungry. Shall we give him something to eat? Well, it's you and me, doggo. That's it. You can have some food. You can have some food. The dog was back to his former self in under an hour. We don't know what they've put in that soup, but man, that stuff is good. We decided the dog needed a name, and the right name for him was Pancake. Come here, Pancake. Who's a good boy? Pancake stayed around for a while, but was gone the next morning. We can bet he'll be back. All right, so Ted seems to be losing it. He needs water to survive. Well, this is just day 1 without water. Ring, ring. There we were, thinking we would never hear a telephone signal again when suddenly a phone starts ringing from somewhere outside. We figured it's the phone booth across the street. So did someone go answer it? You know, the last time I answered it, they came back sick. I don't trust that. So the answer is no, we will not. Because screw that. It's way too dangerous to just randomly run into a ringing phone in the middle of a radioactive ghost town. We're not taking any chances. It took a while before the ringing stopped. It was pretty annoying for all of us. Alright, so Ted does need to get a little bit of water going. Okay? A sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple, one-time deal. For just 1 can of soup, we can get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gave us angry glances every time we take a step forward towards the mysterious bag. Should we make a deal? Now, I know that in this bag, there's a cat. The cat is one of the variety of different win conditions that are possible in this game, because you can win in a variety of different ways. Whether the military saves you, the citizens actually, save you. I mean, you build the tank and you get out of there. There's a variety of different ways. But I know that this cat is the path to one of them. But I'm not really going to worry about that. So no, I'm not going to deal with the cat. Plus, what about Pancake? Poor Pancake. So our grandparents always told us to never buy anything sight unseen, and we're not about to start now. Gone are the times of yard sales. We can manage without whatever junk is in that mysterious bag. So Ted isn't thirsty anymore, but he is hungry. Well, we're not going to worry about feeding him at this time. One of the cupboards in the shelter was a bit shaky, so we pulled it out to give it a new home. In the process, we discovered a secret door. Where does it lead? No idea, but let's find out. All right. Let's take a flashlight in there. Ooh, knocking. Okay. We inspected every corner of the room and found nothing. Well, that was a waste of time. Ted is hungry. And he's pretty fatigued, and he seems to be losing it. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. This is day 2. Well, I mean, we got enough food that we can always do that. You would expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet since, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet, here we have someone at the door. When we opened it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. Water chip? What in the hell is that? Well, I mean, all I have is a bottle of water, and I'd rather try to stretch that out a little bit. I mean, that's 24 times I could water Ted, If he doesn't go crazy and start destroying everything in here. We were sorry to explain we didn't know what a water chip was and that we didn't have one. He thanked us in a few short words and left. Ted isn't hungry. Where's water when Ted needs it? Okay, well, we're not there yet. There's an armed, dangerous woman outside. Fortunately, she's out of ammo. She tells us she hunts the wild beasts of the wastes, and right now she's on the trail of a giant mutated spider. We're pretty sure she's lost her mind. What are you going to do with that spider, lady? Put it on a leash? She promised that if we helped her, she would return the favor another day. Well, I mean... Boo. No, we got nothing. We don't have anything to be able to trade. No ammo for possible food in the future. This woman says that she hunts mostly for food. Clearly, she's an uncivilized savage. Delicious soup is what decent people eat these days. We're not amused and didn't give her anything. Ted looks like he got one foot in the grave. He needs to get a drink right now. Fine. All right, drink up, Ted. Another broadcast from the military. They said that we need to locate the general area we're in and that they wanted us to leave specific markings close by. They said the markings should be cards. Playing cards. How strange is that? We're supposed to go out to the nearest bus stop, pin the card denoting our head count there. Weird. Perhaps if we're doing it right, the time is now. Well, I'm still short on cards. Still don't got no cards. It's like one of those things I have to actually start thinking of ahead of time whenever I'm running around the house. Like, what do I need to grab? Well, I'll just grab the radio, I'll grab cards, I'll grab a map, It's just like, so that way I can see if I can actually survive long enough to do the storyline. Damn it, we missed our chance to let the military know where we are. There's a good bet that they will get back to us again, but when will that be? My stomach is rumbling. Alright, I mean, it just... What was that? Oh, okay. So, anyway, his stomach's rumbling. Well, this is the first day he's hungry. I'm not terribly worried about it. The last thing we expected to hear while sitting in a fallout shelter was a trumpet. It was played by someone who's clearly not a trumpet player, and who had probably never heard a trumpet player in his entire life. He came with a friend who knocked on the door and demanded that we let the merry men enter so that they could take from the rich and give to the poor. Should we let them in? No. No, we're not going to let them in. I actually have quite a bit of food. I got a radio. I don't need them taking anything. That's the last thing I actually need. We didn't answer those peculiar calls and kept the door locked till the noises outside faded away. We're not exactly sure we want those people to come back. They sounded harmless enough, but can harmless people be trusted in these troubled times? They might be worse than those who don't seem harmless at all. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Okay, so Ted's gone 2 days without food. We'll go ahead and feed him. Hey, it's Pancake! Our friend is back, but he seems very nervous. He keeps barking and jumping. When we opened the door, he rushed out only to come back a moment later and bark at us again. Maybe we should follow him. What gear shall we take? Nothing. We're not going to take anything. We trust the dog. Either that or we closed it on the dog. I don't know what we did. We decided to sit this adventure out. We do hope Pancake will understand. He seems suspiciously clever for a dog. Is it true that radioactivity gives you superpowers? Ted is no longer hungry, but he should drink something soon. Okay, well, I mean, this is just day 1 of Ted not drinking anything. We have a working radio. Why not use it? Maybe we'll be able to catch a broadcast or two. Sure. I'll be able to actually use one of the items I actually brought into the damn shelter. Oh, at the end, what happened? Nothing, and nothing. So Ted could not resist the madness that was consuming him any longer. It seemed that today, following the advice of his sock puppet, he left the bunker and went in an unknown direction, never to be seen again. We hope Ted and the cruel puppet that took him away from us will have lots of fun together. Oh my god, again. Okay, we only made it. I forgot to see how many days we went. 34. Okay, so a little over a month. Oh, Ted and his fucking sock puppet. Fucking sock puppet, man. That's just cold. That ain't cool. But, yeah. Okay. I don't know. But anyways, that is 60 Seconds Reatomized. I want to thank everybody who stopped by, and even if you popped in and gave a lurk, thank you for joining. And we'll hopefully see you on the next one. All right.